So Trump is trying to get rid of habeas corpus, and this is what's going to happen once it's gone. So first of all, I just want to explain a little bit about what habeas corpus is. So habeas was first passed because kings in England were imprisoning people at alarming, really large rates. And if there were even rumors that you even talked bad about the king, they would throw you away immediately and indefinitely for life. And this would extend to things like whether the king was getting a divorce or, just really, really petty things. And it was happening at such alarming rates that eventually King Charles II ended up passing habeas corpus to put an end to this because it was getting out of control. So Trump is trying to undo what King Charles II did, and he's trying to get rid of habeas corpus, which means that he is just trying to turbocharge the prison industrial complex. So if this passes, this means that Trump can order ICE and police units to detain anyone immediately and without a trial. So this means that you will likely see a lot of black people, a lot of brown people being randomly taken off the street by police officers and held in jail without trial and maybe even for life. So you're going to see a lot of people, if habeas corpus, if they ever were to remove it, you're going to see a lot of people who are being detained for life and being sent elsewhere. You're going to see a lot of black people being targeted, as I said, without a right to a fair trial. Think stop and frisk, but 10,000 times more detrimental and evil. So this also means that you'll see a lot of secret Guantanamo Bay style prisons popping up, which we're already seeing, right? We're seeing quite a lot of. So Trump has already began building prisons in El Salvador, which we heard of, the maximum security prisons, and we've seen the videos. But right now, they're actually building 5 more prisons in El Salvador that people haven't really, or the media I would say hasn't really been reporting about besides a few outlets here and there. So they're on their 5th new construction of a maximum security prison that they're outsourcing to El Salvador. And I don't think it's coincidental. In fact, it's not coincidental timing that reports are flooding in that Trump is trying to get rid of habeas corpus, as well as, not just reports flooding in of him trying to get habeas corpus removed, but also the fact that a black mayor was just arrested in Newark. College students are getting arrested and deported for protesting Israel. They're getting arrested for protesting Israel. And also the fact that 5 mega prisons for the U.S. have just been outsourced and built in El Salvador. So to me, this looks like the early stages of a fascist dictator kind of putting all of his key pawns into place before he really cracks down. And already within a few months of his presidency, he's basically constructed gulags all over the world and is running testing for them and kind of testing the boundaries of what he can get away with and what he can't, so that he can at one point actually begin the process of long-term rounding up whoever his political enemies are, whoever is dissonant, anyone who speaks out about him, and basically creating an island of political prisoners.